Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. My Bretonnians versus the Warriors of Chaos Army, 3,000 points, which for the most part is my typical list, the one I've been running without my monster hunting general. But to get the extra 500 points, I threw in a second trebuchet and I threw in a Lord on a Hippogriff. He's at 410 points. He doesn't have heroic killing blow, but he's still kind of combat oriented. So this is the meeting engagement scenario. And a couple of weird things happened. One, you look at the terrain that was rolled. We rolled just a ton of stuff, especially a ton of fences and walls and obstacles. And after I read the rules really closely, I determined that regardless of what the scenario says, I need to let my opponent go first if I want to get my blessing. So we rolled it off. I had to set up first in all this wonky terrain, and at the same time knowing that he was going to deploy second and get to go first. So it was real difficult to try to keep my guys back so I wouldn't get charged turn one, except for maybe my men-at-arms units. I didn't care if they got charged, not knowing where he was going to deploy and try to deploy around all the terrain that was out there. So I look at my deployment now and it was just really, really weird, but it's, I couldn't really, anywhere on the left I couldn't deploy because his troops weren't down yet, and if I went anywhere down there, he'd be able to charge first turn real easily. So it was just it was a real fun game, but a real interesting challenge. So starting on the right, Trebuchet Archers, Grail Knights. I hate putting the Grail Knights behind the river. I just didn't know where else to put them. My Fast Cav moved up. So I've got Knights of the Realm with my Battle Standard Bearer. He's got the 2-up rerollable immunity to killing blow and poison. Level 4 Prophetess, Lore of Life. She's also got the she can turn you into a frog scroll, and she's got Crown of Command. So that unit is stubborn, or she's stubborn as long as she's with them. I've got my Lord on the Hippogriff, Men-at-Arms, 40 of them or 39 of them with a level 2 Lore of Beasts. They have the prayer icon of Quinellus, so they get the same ward save as my Knights. There on the right, Knights Errant with Errantry Banner, my Pegasus Knights, and my Questing Knights. And there's another Trebuchet down at the bottom. So kind of towards the middle, he's got 2-hand weapon, Warriors of Chaos. They're frenzied. At the very top of the screen, he's got a spellcaster with a puppet familiar. He's got Fast Cav, more warriors with these guys I think are great weaponed, and I think they have the mark of Nurgle, I'm not sure. And then at the top, I guess I missed, he has his Lord on Juggernaut with some Chaos Knights and a couple Spawn. And then here at my far left, at the bottom of the table, he's got a couple chariots. So turn one, he charges me. Imagine that. So there in front of the house, he charged into my men-at-arms. I'm okay with that. I'll be stubborn 9, steadfast 9, rerollable. I realized it was stupid to have my spellcaster there so she could get picked on, but in combat he didn't target her. So there's another look at that. That is a Grail Chapel that we're treating as a statue there in the middle. And so that makes my guys stubborn as well, which doesn't really matter in this case. Now here on the top, it was actually kind of funny. He actually charged my bowman. I did a stand and shoot and actually killed one, and then he failed his charge. Which, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Otherwise, you can see how he moved up. So there's the board. He moved his chariots a little bit. Now, if you look at that upper left-hand corner, that is the Idol of Gork, or possibly Mork, which allows you to re-roll your charge rolls. So that's another factor for him with his chariots up there. That leftmost chariot's going to be able to benefit from that. So that's before much happened. During his magic phase, this spellcaster actually miscast and lost 3 magic levels. So he is now just empty point sitting there. He can't cast any spells. He was able to cast a spell into combat, which killed 3 or 4 of my guys, and then after combat, his Chaos Warriors killed several more. I'm still easily steadfast. It's not really an issue at this point. So Brett turn 2. Significantly, my Pegasus Knights charged one of his chariots, and I failed the charge. So I needed a high roll to get there. I think I needed a 9 or a 10. I think my average roll is a 9.5, and obviously I didn't make it. And that's significant because now he's going to get to charge me with those chariots, and that's going to be ugly. Obviously, the Knights Errant went into the Chaos Knights lost one guy to a dangerous terrain test because of the stupid fences that are everywhere. My lord on the Hippogriff got into the flank of those Chaos Warriors, and that was nice. We talked about it with the two of us and other people around and decided to treat that piece of terrain with the Grail statue as a hill with the statue in the middle. So there are the Pegasus Knights failing their charge. And the distance is still pretty far for his chariots, but he does have the Swift Stride rule, and he gets to re-roll it. That's what makes that especially ugly. Closer look there. Not sure how that's going to pan out. Now this is real important. I had to charge the fast cav into his general's unit, that not his general, but the Lord on Juggernaut Chaos Knight unit, because I needed them to get out of the way of the Knights of the Realm. And so the Knights of the Realm, I was thinking, I can easily pop this Chaos spawn and then overrun and get to the flank of that Chaos Warrior unit. The huge mistake I made was that if that happens, you know my Knights, my mounted yeomen are going to die. I can probably get into that flank, but the problem is I can't close the wheel, or whatever you call it, because the Chaos Knights are in the way. So the Chaos Warriors are going to align to me, and that's going to leave me. I'm such a long unit. It's going to leave me exposed, so the Chaos Knights will get an easy charge in my flank. So I set all this up to get into the flank of the Chaos Warrior unit, and right as I moved them into here, I realized my mistake, that it's not going to work. And that's big. So another picture of this combat. During the shooting phase, I dropped a rock. It scattered off one unit, landed on the Marauders, killed a bunch of them. And after combat, yeah, my Lord and the Hippogriff fluffed all their attacks. But between the Knights Errant and the Thunder Stomp attacks, was able to break those guys and run them down, which I felt was just really nice. So I pursued him with the Knights Errant. I just reformed with the General and with the Men-at-Arms. Men-at-Arms, I need them in the combat at the top of the table, but they weren't going to get there. There was really no room for them, so I just turned to help with those chariots. Here at the top, I did beat the Chaos Spawn, and then I just reformed so that I wouldn't get a flank charge. And the only thing I have going for me here is I do have good saves, and that unit's going to be stubborn. So if he brings guys into me, I know I'll hold for a little bit and be able to countercharge. I have my Grail Knights around in this area, so I'm okay with it. So he charged. He actually, in the lower left, failed that charge the first time, re-rolled it, and was able to make it. So I'm not sure how tough Chaos chariots are, but we'll see if my Pegasus Knights can hold up there. He took the other chariot into my Men-at-Arms, and I'm very happy to see that. I think I can hold him up, and he won't break me on the charge. And overtime, I think my unit should have the advantage there. Yeah, there's that. Ugh. There's that. Not too worried there. Now up here, he decided to dual charge this unit. Like I said, him dual charging me, his Lord on a Juggernaut's got like 7 attacks. He's just a beast. But I can absorb some of that with a champion, and then, overall, I think I can hold up for a while here. And during the magic phase, I turned his level 3 spellcaster into a frog, which I thought was just wonderful. I wish he was in combat so I could kill him, but he's not. At the end of combat, yeah, his Lord whooped up on my champion. Otherwise, I lost 2 more. I don't think I did any wounds to him, and I didn't expect to, and we hold. So down here, this is the bottom of the board. This chariot beat my Pegasus Knights in combat and ran them down and ran into the front of my Questing Knight unit. So this, I didn't like losing the Pegasus Knights. I think this unit can hold. I'm starting off with ranks with a banner. He'll do some wounds. I'll have strength 6 back. So that'll be played out on my turn, but I'm okay with it, that happening. He did a bunch of wounds on me. I was steadfast, and again, in the long run, I think I had the advantage here. And in this combat, really can't complain too much. Accepted a challenge with Battle Standard Bearer. He's got a 2-up rerollable plus the ward save. Only one wound went through. Happy enough with how that happened. I'm hoping during my magic phase to be able to heal that wound and regrow knights and all that kind of stuff.